Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4, a Let's Play series. We're continuing with the construction of our first two sets of coal power generators, right where we left off. The only thing that I've done between episodes is run back to the base and disconnect the copper and limestone machines from the power grid so that it's functioning and we can power our water extractors and our water pumps. And as you can see, well, this is not accurate, but right now it shows all of these generators with a full tank of water. So we know that two pumps and their placement was sufficient to get the water up here. But obviously we'll need to connect the other three water tractors to actually keep all 16 of the generators supplied. Okay. So we're coming back down, and we're going to grab... I guess we need to place our junctions. Can we place them from up here? Is that possible? Oh, this looks good. Right, look how easy that is. Looks fine. It's actually bumping water down now. These aren't powered. Not a big deal. Right. Now we need a few more pumps. And some power. Actually check these once you power them up, and I'll show you the amount of head lift. So the head lift is actually 22, 2 meters. Yep. Let's go and check this one. That was just 18.5. Good. So now when we put a pump on top of the pipe, climbing, stopping at 18.5, so we're good. We're in the acceptable range. Pumping the wrong direction. Oh, that is frustrating. Okay, time to go and going up. We're going to start laying the belts for the coal inputs. Excellent. It's going to reclaim all of this concrete. We're going to hook these to power, so their output should be full. Does the tick up here at my platform? That is kind of hilarious. Okay, so mimicking the same steps as before, standing on the input for the solid input here. Now we need to just decide the direction we want this coal to flow. Each miner will supply 8 generators. Okay, so first of all, let's connect these pipes. I thought we had them connected already. Alright. So, once we upgrade to Mark II miners, one miner on a pure node can supply all 16. But since we're like an hour or so, 2 hours away from 2 miners. For now, let's say that this normal node will supply the far 8, and the pure node will supply the nearer 8. So let's just change the orientation a little bit here. That's not what the power shows. It's unfortunate. Now we need to place some splitters. So I'm actually putting the first one down within the pipe, and then the second one on top of the pipe. For this we can use variable. I hate it when it says it's approaching clearance. It's clearly not approaching clearance. So we could fix this by using it. Actually, do we not have access to those until Mark II fluids? Oh man. Oh well. Okay. The orientation of the lower splitter doesn't matter. You just need to concern yourself with the upper to make sure that the input is facing the desired direction there. And once these are all set, let's go back and deconstruct all of the lower splitters. Try to do this as fast as possible. We have some time. A lot to do. So much to do. I'm really not cutting out any of the important material for these recordings, and that's practice is going to I'm going to try to sustain as much as possible, while balancing the need for, or balancing the important content with file upload size. But as we branch into, late mid-game, and especially Stage 3 when we're holding Outpost, I'm sure that no one wants to watch me connect, 700 smelters. So we'll just move into, like a process of, or a procedure of showing how things are going to go, and then pausing the video, resuming. Upon completion or near completion. And while I'm using all these basic builds for early and mid-game, I will be using more advanced build styles for in-game once I've reached the final iteration of what these factories will look like. As these are all temporary, I'm not spending the extra hours with builds that hide splitters or mergers. Okay, so I'm using Mark II belts now because we need the full 120. Each coal generator consumes 15 coal, so for the last 4 I could use Mark I belt. But we're going to leave these as Mark II for now. We're going to leave it all Mark II because eventually I will be, you know, using a single miner to power these, and we may even be, you know, doubling up. And if they're already a Mark II now, then it'll be an easier adjustment. And we've got the reinforced plates to spare, so it kind of makes the most sense to me at this point. I'm using Mark I belts, obviously, from the splitter to the coal generator, because they only need 15 coal per minute. I'll come over here. Mark II again. Step. Mark II conveyor lift. Down through the... oh, that's unfortunate. Trying to avoid all the clipping here. Do one of these. Change the orientation one more time. Just to avoid clipping. Excellent. We'll hop down. Pop our power shards back in. Back to the power grid. Let's use this power pole. And I think we'll need to power up a few of these coal generators before we can flip the fuse again. So let's get our power poles set up. Definitely going to prioritize deuterium research. Oh, what is this? We'll prioritize deuterium research as soon as this power grid is functioning again. Mark II power poles. Make everything look so much cleaner. And, you know, Blade Runners really increase the fun of this game. They literally almost double it. Me. One more. You know, these 8 are hooked up. We just need to supply coal. So these are not connected to the power grid yet. Do that now that they're running. Which commands are we approaching? This works just as well. Capacity up to 820 because we had 220 plus the 600 from those 8 coal generators, 820. Now we'll set up this line of 8 quickly. And in this case, the ore is coming from the west. Cutting a little bit close, but I think we're okay, excellent. Now if we wanted to at a later time, if we're going to switch to just one miner, all that needs to happen is we flip the splitter around to input from the west, just loop the coal all the way around once we've reached Mark II miner milestone, which is advanced steel processing. We're about to unlock basic steel production. Going to flip this last one. We'll have the ore enter from the south. Ways we can check for clipping. Down. It's a large hop. we're in business. As this coal reaches the fuel gens or the coal gens, we'll see the power grid start to increase. Why are we at 670? 595? No, we should never be below 600. It's got to be a water issue. Oh, no, not necessarily. It's probably a coal issue. Because of the way that the coal belts are set up, the machines fill like in order of distance from the miner. And then as each successive machine fills with coal, generator fills with coal, the next down the line will start to fill. But let's just make sure that we've got all Mark II belts here. Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, good. Okay, so the coal's not moving. Oh, it's still moving. Are we at 100? 100 full water. 54 full water. 10 full water. 1 full water. 0 coal, but full water. 0 coal. And 0 coal. Okay. So as they fill with coal, the power will climb and stabilize. Now, as I said a few episodes ago, with Update 4, these fuel generators will no longer throttle their coal and water consumption with the total consumption of the power grid. They're going to consume the full amount of coal and water the entire time, regardless of the needs of the power grid. Okay, capacity is climbing. It'll stabilize as soon as all of the generators are filled with coal. It'll take longer to stabilize in Update 4 than it would in Update 3 or Update 3.5 because of that continual 100% consumption of resources. So we're here again. Let's go ahead and pick up the Deuterium. Get that started in the man.
New technologies can be developed based on this new, superconductive, gold-like element, primarily in power and electronics. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Okay. Spent more time on the coal generators than I wanted, but, you know, now that they're set up, our power grid is going to be stable for the next several episodes. Okay, production. You can see the difference between production and capacity. Here, capacity would be with the biomass burners. Production is just the coal generators. You can see how it's always a multiple of 75. So we've researched
Tool belt
a
has
lot
been
of
expanded.
the alien organism tree here, and now we're headed into Deuterium.
New resource added to the resource scanner.
Now we're unlocking Deuterium ingots. Oh, let's go ahead and reconnect copper and limestone to the power grid here, since we've got more than enough power. Capacity should continue to grow and stabilize. We need to unlock quick wire. And an inflated pocket dimension. Let's get a smelter set up. Let's do one of these. Constructor. Smelter. storage. Where's my storage? Okay. Where's 45 per minute? Let's mark 1. Let's throw our Caterium in there. This is 15 per minute. Let's also mark 1. Right angles. Okay, making... No, I haven't unlocked Quickwire yet. Okay. We will soon. Now, basic steel milestone. Unlocks the foundry, steel ingots, steel beams, steel pipes, versatile frameworks, the first of the new space elevator parts. I mean, new for tier 3, not for Satisfactory. I've handcrafted a few modular frames. 150 rotors, it's a lot. 300 concrete, we just need 1,000 wire. Got it. Steel.
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry grants access to new, simple steel parts. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
So now we can unlock melee combat without any steel parts. That's probably next. And then we'll do advanced steel production once we've set up some basic steel production. We'll need the pipes to unlock that. Then we can start thinking about Mark II minor upgrades. And even Logistics Mark III, is that here? Should be in tier 4, right? Yeah, Logistics Mark III. Mark III conveyor belts, industrial storage, stackable pipeline support. It's weird that that's in Logistics Mark III. Whatever. Power storage is cool, and kind of essential later on, especially if you're using geothermal. But there are other fluctuating power users, like the particle accelerator has a huge range of power usage, and it also varies by recipe, whichever recipe you have selected. Okay, so we're waiting for the pod to return. Time to start thinking about steel production. Now I'm thinking we'll do, like, all of our further production is going to be set up at the mid-game base, which is going to be to the west here, at the lake. But it would make sense to unlock that third iron node, that third pure iron that's right next to Caterium. To do that, we need to start researching obelisks, explosives. Now, I'm pretty sure we need steel pipes for that to finish it off, but we can get it started. We can get the research started. We just need to start mining some sulfur. So let's make a few portable miners. And plop them down on this normal sulfur node that's conveniently on the way to the lake. Go ahead and check out the lake. This is a good spot for the hailberries. A lot of them over here. I guess we could think about unlocking some of the nutritional research in the MAM. Maybe even one of the like the pure nutrient medicinal inhalers. Even though eventually I'd like to use the inhalers made with alien organs and mycelia, just for convenience. That tree at some point. So we're just coming down to the lake. Got a fair amount of concrete on us. Enough to make a good start here. Now, I believe there's another hard drive, yeah, right underneath us. This is another power requirement, I believe. Maybe power and an item. But this is the lake where we will have our mid-game base, and then we'll convert the platform into the long-term storage facility slash transit hub. I mean, like a hub for hypertubes, and like a train depot, and even maybe like a drone depot as well. Drones are a little bit tricky, but you know, I've got some ideas. We'll see how it works. Need to get a ramp down. I might die if I fall in this water. It's pretty shallow. I think we can make it. Oh, let's pick up those resources too, those items. Close. Alpha spitter. Two guys are right there. Is it going across the water? I think so. There we go. Come on. Really rather not fight the alpha spitter and 15 bees at once, 15 firecrafts, but can't always give a shot. Berries. Should be one or two hits away. There we go. Check the requirements here. 3 encased industrial beams, cannot make those yet. But we're close. Made with steel beams and concrete. Sometimes you can find them around crash sites, but I haven't found any yet. These modular frames will be useful for further unlocks. Reinforced plates, those are useful. Some circuit boards, screws, cable. No high ticket items, unfortunately. It's always nice when you can find computers, supercomputers, heat sinks, motors, around one of these trap ships. You can just drop them in the awesome sink for some quick early game coupons. Alright. Quickly just finish this ramp, but we're basically at the end of the episode. Next episode we'll start with the construction of our mid-game base, essentially. Between episodes, I'm going to route all of the ore from our starter location over here to the lake. So that'll take a while. That will be a bit of an undertaking, especially with the need to use Mark II belts, because the mid-game base, the goal here is to be built entirely to the scale of production that can be achieved with Mark II miners and Mark IV belts. So we're talking much larger than the starter base. This will be a lot easier with double ramps. Alright, nice. So let's build these foundations out to the lake here. This lake is essentially at the center of the map of the entire Satisfactory map. It's a nice central location for a storage depot. So, thanks for watching. When we pick back up in the next episode, I'll have routed all of the ore to this central location, and hopefully we'll have a decent stockpile of items to start the construction of our mid-game base. The base that will see us through all of the rest of the tech and milestone unlocks between, we've still got milestones in Tier 2, and all of the milestones in Tier 8, and everything in between. Hit the like button if you enjoy what you're seeing so far. I'm just getting started as a streamer. I do it super casually, so, you know, every like helps me find new viewers. And I'll see everyone in the next episode.